Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to StarRupture. Today's video is going to be about the next update and why I am a little bit concerned about the update itself. I do not possess the editing skills to show you videos of the Zipline, so I will be doing a base tour while I'm doing this. Number one thing that's going to be added to the game is the Zipline, or so-called the disaster. That's number one, actually. Not everything I'm gonna say is going to be negative. There are positives about it as well, because number one, the logistics of the game is going to completely change, because the ziplines, as I've seen it, are just lines like these that will allow you to actually connect distant land to each other, and actually traverse through the terrain without needing other things. But, well, you know, that is a little bit unnecessary, I guess. I already possess ziplines, yes. Like, did you know you can do this? Like, why do I need ziplines to begin with? I have performance issues. Like, I'd rather have those performance issues fixed than the zipline that I don't need. Oh, here comes my taxi. Can you take me to the other station, please? No? None of you? Okay. They didn't take me. Oh, yeah, that's the number one thing. But you already can use two things. Like, number one, you can actually make a loop. Like this. Let me show you as such. So, if you didn't know... give me a second, let me show you. So yeah, welcome to Zipline. Man-made Zipline. This is something I came up with like 2-3 days after coming to the game. Yeah, you can make two lines in between two, let's say, different sets of just storages and just ride it wherever you want. Yes, I don't need ziplines. I already have, we have zipline at home. Yeah, this is the zipline at home. Yeah, like, well, I don't need zipline. I have performance issues. If I get on a zipline and I go around while my FPS is dropping, well, that's the biggest problem. Like, that's my biggest concern ever. Like, about the game. Like, I started playing this game on maximum quality, and now this is the point that we've came to. Yeah, look, I had to reduce everything, and I'm reducing it day by day as my factory grows bigger. I just get my, let's say, qualities lower and lower and lower every day because, well, I can't deal with the lag. I don't wanna. It's bad. I'm used to playing with 30 FPS, okay? Your performance or quality does not entice me, game. I have been playing games since Stronghold Crusader 1 when graphic cards were only 16, not 1,600, okay? Yeah, there was no RTX back then. My graphic card was 16 and my RAM was 32, and I was still playing games every day, so you don't scare me with your quality of life and how things look perfect. Okay, that tells you that I'm about 31 years old right now. And yeah, that's the first one. Like, ziplines are utterly unnecessary. Like, performance issues, if they are solved, that would be better. The next scary thing is the addition of the companies, and 40, yes, you did not hear it wrong, 40 new items that are going to get added to this system. There's also a refinery that's going to be added for, let's say, grabbing materials called, what was it? Powerium. Yeah, it was Powerium, I think. The Powerium is something like oil that you just extract from the floor, and you can actually see it. Let me show you. Yeah, if you're wondering, this is very close to your base, by the way. That was intentionally put here. It's about here. Later, by the way, I will make a video after this about best locations for your base. This is actually one of them. The reason being, the Powerium, the first node, is actually very close by. There it is. And that's the 5 nodes that you can get early in the game, and that is like the location of your main base, like the ship that you landed on. Yeah, so Powerium will be here, and it's oil basically, and oil-based materials will give you 40 more items that could be added to this game's very complex and unnecessarily high dimension and size items. And by that, I mean the number of resources that you need for producing the items that you have to have for finishing the game. And that is that really gives me a headache, because one of the things that happens after a while, like, I like this game, I love this game, but because of the blueprint system, and there is no blueprint in this game, like, I can't replicate my factory, so I have to make every single one of them like back to back and from zero. That, if you didn't know, all of this, like, see all of this, like, from there to there until here, this is a impeller nozzle turbine battery, and that one is actually impeller. This is generator. There is the battery going in, and with the other items making the resonator. Yeah, this is the one factory you need for producing resonators, and half of it is there. Okay, the refinery, the liquid helium, pressurized helium, they're all there. So actually, like this, that is about 50% of my whole factory lines. And it is only for producing one single endgame item. Now, when the Pavorium adds to this, it will be another 40 items that needs and can be produced in these lines. And with these performance issues, with the lack of being able to make bus lines, if you didn't know, bus lines are this. Basically, it's some terminology made from, let's say, old times for automation games. This is a bus line. A bus line is a main line in your factory that carries, let's say, all of your resources from point A to point B. And in between point A and B, there is the possibility of, for example, making dissections and corrections and connections, so you can actually lay these into your factories. For example, there's factory A there. This line will feed factory A. That line will feed factory B. Then their results will, par exemple, be combined for factory C, and factory C's storage is here, let's say. This is what you do with a bus line that carries all of your resources. For example, all the resources made there will be carried there. But because these things don't work, yeah, the 5s don't work, the 3s don't work, the 5 doesn't work in this one, like the modular, that one doesn't work either. So even with more production and more items to produce, like, managing the logistics in game is a disaster right now. This is an example of the said materials. This is what an end game factory will look like. All of these are waiting for a bus line to be achieved in this game, and by that bus line, I will actually, like, carry all of the resources necessary for all of my productions on one lane. And if you guys know my channel, I make mathematically calculated bases. So for example, there's no loss in that factory. Like, when it starts working, there's no clogging on the lanes, there's nothing. But after a while in the game, I just got bored, man. Like, I don't want to make all of the factories and just connect the end. Like, there is about 20,000 to 22,000 titanium resources in the whole map in this game. And this took about 8 to 10,000 of it. So that's 50% of the whole titanium that exists on the game. I don't want to do that. Without blueprints, it's an inconvenience. Like, you can't do it. You can do it, but it will be ineffective, just like the system that I have here. Like, this is a very good system, by the way. You can use it for finishing the game, but the problem is, without the logistics or the necessary upgrades to the lanes, any more production and any more advanced upgrades and production lines to this game will result in a disaster of spaghetti. Yes, because if I just got a hotfix or a patch that makes me able to use those triple lines, I wouldn't have to be dealing with this, like feeding these to the minor factories that I have. So now I have clogging issues, but I knew I will have clogging issues. I just said like, yeah, I'm not dealing with this. I don't want to put another 200 hours just making factories. So that is actually very, very concerning to me. I don't want to deal with this. I play games for enjoying them, and well, enjoying them is let's say when you have all the tools available to you and you can play the game around them. Like, I don't feel like we have all the tools necessary. On top of it, there is one thing that gives me hope, and that one thing is higher tier buildings that are going to be added to the game. But that has its own problems too. What kind of higher tier? If the higher tier requires me to have an item, let's say, for example, like the quartz, that's another disaster, because there is not enough quartz in this. Like, there is literally not enough quartz in the map to go around with. Yes, there's enough for making these, like, you can make a lot of teleporters if you just go around and go inside all of the caves here at this section. And this section, you will have a lot of quartz. But if any of the upgraded buildings need quartz for upgrading the quality of the buildings, that is when the disaster will strike. And, well, I don't want the disaster to strike. Because an upgraded building, and that's, this is what higher tier means. For example, this is what I suppose they will do. You will upgrade this to a higher tier compounder. This will produce more material faster with higher quantity. But at the same time, if it's higher tier, then it will need more materials. But where are those materials going to come from? Are they going to come from higher tier excavations? Like, can I increase the amount of ore that I excavate from these? Or will it be just for production lines? If the higher tier doesn't mean that I can actually get more resources out of my resource nodes, that is an utter disaster. Because if I don't have more resources, upgrading my buildings to a higher tier will have zero effect. Utterly zero effect. You know why? Because we have lane 3. Lane 3 can only carry 480 materials. Even if you give me 1 billion material out of just one of those excavations, I will not be able to do anything with it. Because, well, the smelters will not work. If the smelters work, the lines will not be able to carry it. They will be capped at 480 materials. And with 480 materials, you know what will happen? You will have to redo and redesign all of your buildings. So, well, I believe I personally will start the game again. Like, if I want to continue the game, I will have to start from zero. Not because of that, because if I make factories and lines more complicated than this, I will get lost. I'll just get lost. And I paid close attention to how my lanes are going around. Like, do you see these lines that are coming? These are all coming from different factories from different sections of the game. And yes, now I have this problem with this because I added the let's say electromagnets, because I didn't want to add more. Later I will have to cut the line from here. I'm just trying to finish the game, so I don't have to deal with this after the update, to be honest. Like, this is my strategy right now. The lanes are so bad that I just open StarRupture, I put it on a tab, I go play another game and record a video, and the game makes progress in idle mode. So I have turned the StarRupture into an idle waiting game. And because I have nothing else to do in the game, like, I have explored, I have went around, I have enough food, I have all of the resources. The only thing I'm missing is just sending the stuff to space, which is utterly unnecessary because, well, I don't need to. Yeah, I don't want the buildings. The buildings are kind of garbage. Yeah, especially like these two. The distributors, these are garbage. Like, you have no usage for these because there's no cap or selection of items in it. Yes, and that's in general what I think. The good things, yeah, I said all negative, but this is what I do. I play indie games, okay? I only play indie games, and I start them from early access. One of the things that the community of these games have to do if they want a better game, it is feedback. As I say, I repeat this, I say this in all of my review videos. If I don't like a game or I don't love it, I don't even make videos for it. I love this game. I want it to become better so more players can actually enjoy it. But if it is going to be in the cost of more complications and less satisfaction of the current community of the game, I do not want updates, I want hotfixes. Because I know it's in early access, we are just supporting the game until it's released to version 1, but game developers have to keep this in mind that without the community that supports it and buys the game in early access, you will not have the funds to actually develop the game until it's won. Maybe you will, but the negative reviews on Steam will in general decrease your marketing problems. And well, you will have to spend everything that you went on streamers, on social media and other platforms so you can actually publicate positive, let's say, reviews for your game. So, instead of gathering more attention, make the already owned customers satisfied. That's another strategy. And by the way, yes, I'm a marketing specialist in real life. That's my profession. But anyways, I hope the game gets better. I hope the performance upgrade. I hope, like, if you have followed my channel, I played the game The Last Caretaker. Like, that game has been, like, one of my top games since, like, the release date, and I've been playing, reviewing, and doing everything for it. And I said it for that game. That game is doing the same, but they have changed their ways. While doing updates, they are releasing patches that actually give performance upgrade, fix the items, fix the factories, fix crafting issues, enemy issues, and so on. But I have not yet seen that happen on a StarRupture. Let's hope the first patch that's going to be released is going to be better than what we expect. And no, I am not going to do the YouTube thing and say, oh my god, I'm so excited about the next patch. I am concerned about the next patch, because if you watch the next patches, there will be less customers. Less customers mean less money. Less money means bad game. Bad game means I have to find another game to make videos for. And a lot of people who spend money on buying this will have to wait till it's released so they can play it when it is actually fixed. And enjoy it later, like a year later. Not just 3 months later. Anyways, guys. Let me know what you think about the game, what you think about the patch, what about the update, and well, we can talk in the comment section. I answer all of the comments. So, until then, thanks for the likes, thanks for the comments, thanks for the hypes, memberships, and supers. And as always, if it's nighttime, I hope you sleep like babies. And if it's daytime, I hope, well, the ziplines come with a performance upgrade so we can at least enjoy the view while riding it, not be like, future zipline alert. That will be what the zipline looks like for a lot of people. See you in the next video, fellas. See you in the next video.